Hello, 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 one and all. How is everyone? I know we are having a special edition today of our Clack and Shimmy Networking Week. And when I tell y'all I had to do a special edition today because my networking week would not be complete unless I had my absolute favorite couple, okay? I promise y'all, today is going to be an amazing, awesome day. We finally get to ask them questions. Yes. Since they usually do all the interviews, today they are the ones being interviewed. And when I tell y'all I'm excited to interview them, I'm excited to be the one asking the questions for a change. So, it is none other than our guest, the Cubbages, Mrs. Sam D and Mr. Bobby C. Yes, of CCI Radio, Pandemic Press Publishing, and I'm going to share a little bit of their story, and then we get to ask them some questions. So, like all great things, we are starting small. We took a shared vision and ran with it. Pandemic Press Publishing was founded by CEO/owners Samuel and Bobby Cubbage during the COVID-19 pandemic. Bobby, a teacher and writer, decided that she needed to do a little more during the pandemic, other than cooking, cleaning, shopping for supplies, and basically running around doing it all. As Samuel worked from home, Bobby bounced different ideas around. We already have a podcast and a small homemade soap company. I want to do something that will continue to make a difference, just like teaching. Bobby already had two self published books on Lulu.com. Why don't I or we start a publishing company? Samuel says, go for it. And here we are. Samuel has a bachelor's degree in communication studies from Arizona State University and was the first out of our group of friends in college to get a job in the broadcasting field at two local radio stations before graduation. Come on now, accomplished. Ooh. Samuel also landed a job at a local gospel radio station as a co-host of a teen talk show. Samuel serves as marketing and promotions director of the CCI radio show. Bobby has a bachelor's degree in journalism and communication with an emphasis in broadcasting from Park Point University and won the Professor William A. Schmidt Jr. Memorial Scholarship. Come on now, accomplishments. And was a writer for the Point Park College newspaper, The Point, as well as a writer and editor of the Community College of Allegheny County Voice Campus newspaper. Bobby worked for two of the local gospel radio stations in Pittsburgh as an on air talent after graduating from Park Point. Bobby's book was published by Lulu.com, are called A Bedtime Story for Anika, and a short story called I'm Embarrassed to Say I Was a Gospel Radio DJ. Bobby worked as a freelance writer for several of the local newspapers, including the Pittsburgh Press, the Post Gazette, and the Tribune Review. Bobby also wrote for a nightlife magazine called Post Meridian. As a teacher, Bobby taught different age levels writing classes. At the preschool, Bobby taught a class called A Budding Author Brigade, along with two other teachers to 3 and 4 year old children. Together, Samuel and Bobby have published several newsletters over the years. Revelations Newsletter, 2003 to 2007, focused on religion, music, and other events. Distributed to family Christian bookstores. Praise Newsletter, MOBC of Sharpsburg, Pennsylvania, co-creators and editors, 2013 to the present, focuses on the church and all events within. Bobby and Sam are both members of www.voice123.com. So it was almost destined that we would start a publishing company. So now that y'all have heard a little of their story, I have got to tell you all, I'm going to need y'all to give me the biggest, the warmest welcome that I know my shimmers can give to none other than Miss Bobby D and Mr. Sam C. Hey! Yeah,
Man.
my buddies. Hey!
Wait, it's not snapping loud enough.
There we
There
go.
you go.
Hey, Breeze. Hey, Novella. Hey, Zelma.
Man.
How is everybody? Much love to you guys.
Hey guys.
Hey.
I'm so glad to have you guys on here finally. You
Yes,
guys
thank
are
you
the
for
ones
having
who
me.
always ask the questions. I finally get to ask you guys some questions and put y'all in the hot seat.
I don't know if we can answer any questions. I don't know.
I think we're in trouble.
I don't know if we can answer any questions.
Depends on what Bree's asking.
First off, y'all need to know that Sam is an avid Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Okay, so we got him as long as ain't no game on. Okay?
That's right.
We got Sam as long as ain't no game on. So look, don't turn that TV on. Don't turn that radio on.
The TVs are off. No radio. And you see, we just have that's it. That's it.
Sam probably got notifications on his phone. Okay.
I do. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, he does. And if I can also just like stick a little something in there about Pittsburgh, like if you've been to Pittsburgh during football season, like professional football season,
it shuts down.
It is. We are a football town. Sunday, especially Sunday, 1:00. Oh my gosh!
1:00 sharp.
Most churches, as we know, start around 10.
Yeah,
you better be done at noon. Better be done, because even churches shut it down. Like, oh well, and we're gonna pray for our Steelers. Like, wait, what? Wait, are we like finished? I think we're supposed to go a little further into this. No, okay, well, you better go ahead and get on out of here. God bless you, everybody. See you later. Okay, all right. Well, then I guess
God bless your heart, all your parts, and the Steelers. Go Steelers.
Well, that's right. Go Steelers. So you better. It is church will shut down.
That is.
But you better be done. You better be done.
And I've been to Pittsburgh. Like I came. And the funny part is, I came to Pittsburgh to visit my aunt and uncle when they had moved there, and I had never been before. Yeah. And I took a bus there. I was in college. I was going to Illinois State, and I took a bus from Normal, Illinois.
Oh boy,
Pittsburgh. That was a 13-hour ride. But I tell you,
now that's a trip.
Trip on a Greyhound bus, on one of the mega buses.
Oh gosh!
I sat close to the driver. Okay, I sat up front.
Yep.
Snacks and bags.
I
packed several snacks. But Pittsburgh was a beautiful city, and I came in March.
Yes.
Around my birthday time.
Yeah.
And it was. I definitely must say it was absolutely a beautiful city.
We appreciate that.
Especially that ride that goes from one side of the mountain up all the way, and then it come down real slow. I was like,
yes, we got some mountains here. We got some. The Appalachian Mountains actually like move into. So a couple of our hills and things over here are considered a part of the Appalachian Mountains. So we got some hills and valleys and things happening.
I'm trying to tell you, it is definitely hilly. Let me tell you something. Chicago cars are not made for Pittsburgh. I'm just gonna say that. Chicago cars are not made for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh cars are their own thing. Okay, they're their own breed, their own brand, and they're made specifically for Pittsburgh.
Yes.
See, you came in March. Winter is interesting.
Pittsburgh. See,
that
was their own altitude going on there. Right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Too true. Bree is not lying to you. She is telling you the truth.
The wintertime is crazy. I mean, we have so many hills to climb.
Yes.
I mean, we get that. What is that? That crazy freezing rain.
Yeah, freezing rain, snow thing. Oh my gosh,
it's a done deal.
It was happening while I was there, and I was like, "What in the world?" I thought Chicago was something serious. Oh no, Chicago looks like an ant compared to the weather. The weather in Chicago compared to the weather in Pittsburgh. Oh no, it's like an ant versus a lion. Like that's not what we're gonna do. Okay, you need two Chicago coats to deal with the winters that y'all have there. No, ma'am. I will come see y'all in the spring.
Come in the spring.
The fall.
Spring and summer and fall. That's perfect.
The winter months, we're going to have to Zoom it. We're going to have to FaceTime it during the winter.
So true. So true. It can be rough. It can be rough.
Oh, yeah.
It's a rough one. We went to North Carolina visiting some of my side of the family. and they were talking about, it was a family reunion thing. And they said, oh, my cousin says, Bobby, we have to get underneath the thing because it's about to rain. And it rained for about 2 seconds, maybe was it even a minute? Right. I don't even know how long it was. And then when it was done, she was like, oh, woo. And I said, what?
Right.
What?
Yeah, it's like it never rained at all. I mean, the ground was clear in like 10 minutes.
And she was stressed. She was stressed about that rain. I said, oh, yeah, you haven't been in Pittsburgh in a long time, honey.
It will rain for hours, for days. I mean,
Zelma said, don't talk about us like that.
Oh, my bad, Zelma. Sorry. We're not talking about
Zelma.
you.
Zelma, now,
sorry about that.
Zelma, I love North Carolina, but come on now. I mean, now, come on. Come on. Come on now.
My bad.
It was about a minute, Zelma. Come on now.
Let me get back into good graces.
My sister lives in Georgia, and she was like, it had rained there, and she said the people, they're like, oh my God, it's raining. Oh my God, it's just so cold. Oh, I need it cold. And my sister said she was standing there like,
right, like that,
65 degrees.
That's a heat wave.
She was like, it's not really cold.
That's not
wow.
Oh my God, it's so cold. She was like, I came from Chicago. This is nothing. She was like, 1 minute it might be 65. The next, we had one day here last week. It was, I think, 62. By the time it was 4:00, it was like 89 degrees. Ooh. By the time it hit 9:00, we had thunderstorms. By the time the morning hit, it was like, I mean, we can get all 4 seasons in one day here in Chicago.
I believe it.
You need to have in your trunk, you need a winter coat, you need a spring, you need a windbreaker, you need an umbrella. And like, as long as you got them 3 things in your car, you're cool. Like, you don't need anything else but them 3 things, because you never know. When you walk out, it might be 90 on your way to work. And when you come home, you got that cool, chilly breeze, and with no sleeves on. Now you need your windbreaker.
Now you need the windbreaker.
You come home, you drenched from the rain. Like, I kid you not. That's what here in Chicago. I don't care what the weatherman is. And God forbid it be a morning of fog. You wake up and can't see nothing in front of you, and it's hot. Like,
oh my goodness.
I just want even weather, like even
even,
I would move to North Carolina or South Carolina because the weather is even.
Yes.
It's even there. They don't have the rain 1 minute and cold the next minute. It's hot and you need an umbrella for the rain, and then you need the umbrella for the sun, and now you hot and burnt on this side, and this side is still the same color. Like, no.
That's exactly right. Like, it's true. That's like, oh my God.
That's how we feel.
It really is. So where did you guys grow up, and what made you, have you always been in Pittsburgh, or did you move to Pittsburgh?
No, we've always been in Pittsburgh.
Always been in Pittsburgh.
Always lived in Pittsburgh.
That's I ain't even gonna ask if you ever wanted to go nowhere else, because God forbid.
Well, actually,
after Steelers move, maybe that's a possibility.
Actually, I can tell you, if I had a choice,
okay,
I'm always going to be a diehard Steeler fan. But if I had a choice, one of my favorite places is Hershey, PA, only because Bobby found this out years ago, and of course, I don't know anybody who doesn't like Hershey's chocolate, but when she actually found that it's only a few hours away from here, and it's a whole plant and an amusement park and everything, and I'm like, I want to just live in this. This city is just
it's its own little world. It's its own little.
People are so happy there.
It's the land of joy.
Man, the street lights are shaped like Hershey's Kisses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Every street is named after something,
some
like
type of chocolate,
like Chocolate Avenue, Cocoa Avenue, West Chocolate Avenue.
Wow. Yeah, see, that's where I need to be. Yeah. I'll probably have to take like some diabetic medication. And probably like some cholesterol meds and maybe no blood pressure pills. But it would certainly be worth it to just completely live surrounded by chocolate. Like they should just build a Willy
Yes.
Wonka chocolate factory there. Like
That's what it is. That's
Oh
what it
yeah.
is.
even Bree said, she said she want to go there. Like, I feel like we need to just go ahead and collab and just do something where, like
We
tea
could
time.
Yeah.
totally do
In
that.
my element, we just make a trip to Hershey and we
Let's
just
do
for
Yep.
like
it.
a whole weekend, just
I say let's do it.
Ooh,
When
like
this pandemic
divulging
is
on
over.
chocolate, like
Yeah.
yes.
let's get
Yeah.
chocolate wasted,
Yeah.
okay?
That's what. Well, let me tell you now. This is something too. In their bars out there, chocolate martinis.
Yep.
See, Bree said, let's get a bus.
Yeah, let's
I'm
get.
down. Breeze, I'm down. Okay. I am down. Zelma says she coming too. I am down.
I'm
I'm
telling
down.
you, Hershey
Okay.
is no joke. It is
They-
the
chocolate
real
wine,
deal.
chocolate martinis.
Oh.
Like they do that. They said, okay, put the children to bed
Mhm.
and then come with us. And then you could do the chocolate wine, the chocolate martini. So they got they made it for the grown folks too. So I was like, okay,
Wow. That chocolate wine and that chocolate martini.
Yes.
that's it.
That's
That's
just something about it. There's something about it. With some chocolate with some Baileys or Kahlua with some whipped cream. Just
and
there.
there you
See, thinking already.
I felt it. Deep down. That brought out a shimmy.
there goes the shimmy. She got the
That brought out the shimmy. Woo! And the clack. Woo!
There you go.
I can't
But
forget the clock. I can't. I'll be there. I do it.
Zelma said amazing. Bree said she make a mean chocolate martini. Okay, so I'm gonna be needing my mean martini. I'm gonna need my chocolate martini.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Let's get this together. Let's get this going. Because I love me some Hershey's chocolate and I can overload on Hershey Kisses.
It's some good
Like,
stuff.
Yeah.
That's
When I tell you, they like Hershey Kisses. You can't be upset at a Hershey's Kiss. Okay,
Mhm.
they
no.
changed the wrappers and Valentine's Day for Halloween. They even had the rainbow ones for Pride. Like
I
they
did
had
see
they
that.
had rainbow ones from Pride. And
Yes.
Zelma said, "I'm still suffering from missing lunch yesterday.
Oh
I
no.
ate.
Oh
I
no.
When I tell you I was hangry all day yesterday, yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
You were busy yesterday. You were just a
Yeah.
little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit.
It was
Same with me.
like, it was so. I don't think I ate for the first time until after I got off the show yesterday.
Oh,
That was the first time
oh,
that I had eaten in the whole day. Like, matter of fact, I take that back. I had 3 Doritos for lunch.
oh,
I had 3
like,
Doritos.
that's not gonna work. Yeah, like, look at this.
Because somebody at work, they
Mhm.
had gotten us pot bellies at work. And so everybody ordered, what they wanted. And so I ordered a pizza sub. My mouth was watering.
Yeah,
And
that sounds good.
roasted red peppers on it. And
Yes,
ooh,
that sounds
Italian
delicious.
seasoning and tomatoes. Ooh, it was mouth watering. I
Ooh,
went to go get my sandwich,
yeah, what-
and my sandwich was gone.
Uh.
I was like, okay.
Wow.
I said, okay, well, let me
That's-
clean my glasses. I said,
Right,
I'm
let me-
reading it correctly. I said, let me clean my glasses. Okay.
Yes.
Go back and look at it again. I go back. I look again. I said, no. Okay. There's 3 sandwiches left. I'm like, okay, none of these are mine. So we go to the
yes.
list, and somebody had ordered a meatball sub. I said, oh, okay. So we found out who had ordered the meatball sub. And so I went to their classroom. So I asked them, I said, so you picked up your lunch from upstairs? It was like, yeah. I said, you opened your sandwich and everything already? Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, you did? They was
You
like,
did?
oh, yeah. I was like, because you took my food.
Yes.
It's like, oh,
Uh.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
By this time, in my mind, but in your mind, situations play out a whole lot differently than how they play out in real life. In my mind, I had reached out and like snatched it.
Yes.
And was like,
Yes.
that's what happened in my mind because my stomach was already touching my back.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
But in reality, I was like, oh, okay, because you took my food. And
Right. You took my food.
before, I had to just kind of clutch my pearls and hold my mule and just turn around and walk out the door so that I had to remain professional.
Absolutely.
And I was like, okay, so they ordered literally a dry meatball sub with just meat and sauce. I said, well, I went in my office. I politely threw that sandwich on the table. And there it sat till my son got out of school, and I was like, "Here's a sandwich for you."
There you go. There you go.
Like, yeah, that's not what. And see, I'm one of the people that when I order food, like it has to be right, or I'm
Agreed.
not gonna eat it. Like I'm not
Mhm.
gonna go back and forth. I'm like, well, you didn't do this. Well, you didn't. No,
Mhm.
okay. You hungry? Here's some food for you. Like
Right.
I have no problem
Agreed.
giving away food because
Agreed.
I just won't eat. Like I'm so picky, I just won't eat it if it's not right. Like
Agreed.
not
Agreed.
at all. Like so, yes, Selma, I'm still semi suffering
I-
from being hangry yesterday because my stomach was in my back, right? And it came up my throat. Like that's what had happened. And I ended up eating White Castle. So yeah, that lets you know what
Ooh.
happened.
Ooh.
Mm, mm,
Well, White
mm.
Castle sounds good
Yeah.
though. That
Not
sounds
when
like
you hangry like that.
that's
Mhm.
That is not the hangry
that's
meal.
not gonna
That's
do
the
it.
hungover meal.
That's not wrong.
That's the hangover meal, not the hangry meal. Like
Oh no.
I'm trying to tell you, like
The
that's
hangry
what had happened.
oh,
I promise you, like, oh, and I still haven't eaten today, so I'm gonna
oh
work that
no.
out.
Mm.
Yes,
In the morning, I don't really think about it. It's not until like in the afternoon when you be sitting around
exactly.
This
and
one
then
right
someone
here.
be like, "Hey, I'm
Yes,
here.
Yep.
I'm still
yes.
here.
Still here.
Hello, how you doing?"
Don't
And
forget
I'm
about
like, "Oh
me.
yeah, I need to eat something." Okay.
Like, okay, all right, okay. If I must, if I must.
If I must, okay, I can feed you. No problem.
Okay.
See?
I think I can accommodate you. All right.
So what made you guys get into broadcasting? What was it about that just interests you both?
Go
You
ahead,
want me to
Mr.
start with that?
Cubbage. You start.
Okay. I guess are we going individually here? Or?
Yes.
Okay. Um, I originally didn't start off with broadcasting, believe it or not. I started off uh, as a computer science major.
Oh,
But what prompted me to change it, number one, I was struggling in computer science, and I'm not gonna lie about that. Like that freshman year was just like, nope, didn't like the grades. Even my professor,
Freshman year is rough.
yeah, and even my professor said to me, "I appreciate you trying to stick this out," because I was, one of the things that we had to do was write these computer programs, and I wasn't good with that at all. And he said, "You may want to consider changing your major. Do you have anything else that might pique your interest, or something else that might be fun for you?" And I'm like, I have no idea. So I thought about it, and this guy that lives down the street from my parents, who actually is my mentor in radio, he worked at a local radio station about 10 minutes away from our house. So he invited me to go to his show when he was on air. And, his name is Bruce Boss. I'm going to give a shout out to him. And, he had this show called The Love Machine. So it was Saturday afternoons from 2 to 7, and he would play all kinds of old school love songs. I mean, whatever you think you wouldn't hear, that's true. You wouldn't hear a lot of it, and things that you wanted to hear, he would just mix it up and play anything. He was like, he still is like, the best person, you know, mentor that I know. And when I was on this show, I was actually uh, had changed my major to journalism and communications at Point Park. At the time, it
oh,
was college. So when I was on the campus radio station, um, that's kind of Bruce was actually my influence. So once I went to his radio station, then I started, doing more things at our campus radio station, filling in for people, playing like different music I didn't like, but just to get my foot in the door. And and then I decided years ago, when we were, Bruce and I were both working in radio. I ended up working at the same radio station he was. Uh,
oh,
he had actually got me the job there working overnight. So it was a jazz station, smooth jazz at the time. And then I was probably only there for like maybe 3 weeks. And then I got a call from the manager who said that they were switching formats, and, well, we're no longer going to do smooth jazz. And I just said to myself, I know what that means. Well, see you. Thanks for the opportunity. And he said, no, you don't understand. No, we want to keep you. He
oh,
says, but I want to tell you, we're going to be doing this new format called Jammin' Oldies. And I said, what are Jammin' Oldies? He said, well, he says it's 70s and 80s. I said, oh, okay. He's like, like we're going to play some Donna Summer, some Tears for Fears, and whatever else. Oh, okay, cool. So started doing that. I started filling in for some of the morning show people, and then wherever they needed help, I would just fill in overnights and things like that. And then Bobby herself, when she was working at the gospel radio station, I used to come up and I used to pick her up after work, and I used to just kind of hang out there and watch her on air when she used to pop the microphone and talk to the people, and I would just sit there and smile, and I'm like, okay. So, once all of that kind of left years ago, I decided and told her that when I decided to go back in the radio, I want us to work for ourselves, and we don't have to work for anybody. So she smiled, and then I started Blog Talk. One of my friends actually was doing some type of show, like a specialty show. Like, you would hear her dog barking in the background. She would be cooking dinner, and so it's just whatever type of show you wanted to create. And that's what kind of made me think, and I may want to revamp my college show and bring it back. So I did. So basically, we've been doing this since 2012.
Wow.
And Bobby joined like probably a month later, of that same year, and wanted to bring back her gospel show. So it just kind of evolved with us starting, like 4 name changes for our show. But we finally decided on the CCI radio show. And like I said, since 2012, and, then, we wanted to create the media company to house everything. So that's kind of where we are right now.
Now, of course, my story, isn't quite as interesting. Well, maybe it is. Maybe, I don't know. But when I started in college, I started at California University of Pennsylvania. And I was actually a psychology major.
Oh, my God.
And much like Mr. Sam, those classes were very challenging, very interesting. I had to take a lot more math than I expected, and was like, no, that's not my thing. I'm doing the math thing. I do money, not math. So I could count money. I could tell you exactly what's in all of our accounts. Math, don't ask me like math and money. That's different. So I was at Cal State, and it was my first year, and I hadn't met with my student counselor yet. And when I did meet with him, he looked like what people would typically call Santa Claus, like the rosy red cheeks and the big, the big belly, like the rose jelly, looked with the glasses, and he looked like the white hair, total Santa Claus.
Oh, wow.
And he was talking to me, and he says, well, Miss Norman, why do you want to be in psychology? And so as I was about to speak, then he just starts kind of looking out at different things. And so now, when people start doing that, I'm like, what do you see? You see in spirit? What do you see? Because people see stuff that you can't see, maybe. So it's like, I'm like, what is he looking at? So then he's talking out in outer space somewhere, and I'm here, sitting in your office, and you're over here. Okay, so I'm watching him, like, what is happening here? And so when he was finished talking to me and all the other, right, whoever else was, whatever other spirits might have been in the room, I went and talked to some of the, older girls that were on campus, and it's Professor so-and-so, I had and he said, well, Bobby, let me tell you, do you know he was in the Funny Farm last semester? That's why you didn't see him. Like, oh, okay. I said, well, I think my friend might still need to have a break from us because he's talking to somebody else. But yeah, he might need to go back. I don't want to talk about. So I felt bad for this one. I said, okay, well, maybe psychology might not work for me. It might not exactly work. So I switched. I switched while I was at Cal State. And then I left Cal State, went to the Community College of Allegheny County to save a little money, and then went to Point Park where I met Mr. Cubbage here. And went straight through, got all that done. Thank goodness. Like I said before, he was out of our crew of people. He was the first one to get a job before we graduated. It took me a couple of years to get a little jobby job. So, it's lovely how he kind of rolled all this as if I was at the gospel station working while we were at school, but that wasn't the case. Mr. Cubbage has always had a broadcasting job. Always had a broadcasting job in some form or fashion since I've known him.
All right now.
But not
Sam
so
Smooth.
That's right. Not me so much, but so that's how I ended up. And of course, with some coaxing from my parents, like, well, I don't know why you went into psychology. And I said, well, I'm always talking to friends and trying to help them through problems. I thought that might work. My dad said, no, you like to talk. So you like to talk and you like to write. So you might want to think about journalism. I don't even know how to spell that. I don't even know how to spell that. I don't even know what that is.
Wow. I would have never thought, like, I promise you, I would have never thought that you were a psych major and Sam was a computer major. Like, I would never have guessed it. Like, I would have thought that you guys were all like just always broadcasting or journalism or something. Like, I would have never in my wildest dreams. I would not.
You just never know.
Yeah. You don't. And I was a biochemistry major.
Ooh.
So I'm nerdy. Like, I'm super nerdy when it comes to like math and science. Like, that's my thing. Like, I just like school. I don't know what it is. I just like school. So like, I would take history classes. Like, I love
history,
British literature and British history. Like, I'm such a nerd that I ended up like for we had to do British literature one year. So our trip was, you got the choice between you could go to Cancun, but all of us nerds went to England. Because we were studying British literature, we went and spent a week in England. And when I tell you, it was the most amazing time, I didn't even want to come home.
I didn't want to come home.
I was like, can I just lose my passport and my luggage and just
be here?
All there, like maybe in a year or two, study abroad. And it was like, no, you have to come home.
You have to come home. You got to come home. I'm sorry.
Okay, if I have to.
If I must.
Like, when I tell you, I love math and science. Like, and math is like, math, I guess because I love science, math just kind of comes easy to me.
Yes, that's true.
Like, so it's never been like taking them hard. Like chemistry, I can do in my sleep.
Look at that.
I can do in my sleep. Like, I'm such a nerd. To like, it's even computers. Like, I've been working on computers since kindergarten, so I've literally had 30-something years of experience with computers. So like, when the kids be like, well, I'm like, oh, I can do it too. Hold on, let me show you.
Ooh, go ahead, mama. Go ahead.
You're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me. I tell my kids all the time, you won't get me. Oh, okay, that's 2000. I pop up something, they be like, well, how you do? You thought you had me, huh? Okay, I got you.
And then I would just be like, here, take it. I don't even know what am I gonna do with this? Like, take this.
Bree said, I'm taking bio right now. She said, Bree, I got some homework for us to do. Call me.
Yes. No, I
will call you.
Let me tell you, I was just thinking that's who I needed in college. I needed Bree. Maybe I might have stayed with psychology. I don't know.
Zelma said no chemistry, no math.
Yes. Zelma,
because
I'm gonna be the one in the chemistry lab blowing something up. Like, I would be like, okay, I calculate. This is right. Whoop. Sorry. Like, you get it, exactly. You get an F. Congratulations. You get an F.
I was that nerd that was literally doing extra credit. Like, I've always had A's in my math and science classes. And the funny part is, like, I was in chemistry and they thought I was sucking up, but it was just, I liked it. chemistry. So I did like extra credit projects like on DNA. So I was doing projects in
Yes.
class for extra credit where not that I needed it, but because it sounded interesting to me. So we had to pick like they gave us these different strands of hair and you would
Ooh.
literally have to try to extract the DNA from it and everything
Oh,
to
now
figure
that
out what strand who belonged to each strand. And so it was pretty cool.
what?
It was like a
Now
rat,
that's pretty
human,
cool.
I think it was a
Wow.
rat, a human, a rabbit, a fox, and one other animal. And so you
What?
got the full extra credit if you got it correct, if you matched
What?
each hair with the person that it came from or the animal that it came from. So and
Wow.
see, stuff like that interests me. Like
That's actually
See,
that would be
that
cool
would have
now.
been right down my alley. You know, that sounds like that episode of Family Matters when Steve Urkel was trying to turn. He was trying to
and he
figure out,
turned into stuff off.
yeah, Stephon or Elvis or whoever his hair collection. Listen to what
Yeah.
you were saying.
That's it.
I had chemistry in my senior year of high school, so I loved chemistry,
Yes.
and I didn't blow anything up at all. I loved
No,
it.
I'd have blown it up. Like just
Loved it.
Like you know, you never know, and that's the funny thing. You never know what people like or what they're good at. Because most people, and it's funny because when I go out, most people think I'm a teacher. I don't know if it's the
I love
glasses.
it.
I
I
don't know what
love
it
it.
is. But everywhere I go, they're like, "So you're a teacher? What grade do you teach?" I'm like, "I am not a teacher."
I'm not.
Like, the first thing I do is snatch the glasses off. Like, I am not a teacher.
I love it. I
I'm
love
like,
it.
it's okay if you are. I'm like, but I'm not. So that's okay too. Yeah, I mean, that's
That's
okay.
okay.
You know,
That's
like
okay.
But on that,
That's all right.
like when I tell you, you know, I wanted to make sure that I let you guys know how much I appreciate you guys and how
Oh,
much I love you guys because you guys have been some
you.
serious A1 day one supporters with the love, the encouragement, the support, and you
Oh,
all do that for so many people. And
thank
it is
you.
so appreciated. Because Sam
Thank
was jamming this morning. I woke up late, but I was in bed and was listening to it. And I was like, okay, all
you.
right, this
Like, let
one.
me get myself together.
Because Sam got some good playlists. So I need y'all, if
Get some
y'all,
playlists together
I
now.
need you to watch it live. But if you can't, I'm going to need y'all to go back and listen to them replays because, baby, they are just absolutely it. Yes, they are the bomb. Zelma said definitely. When
Yeah.
I tell y'all, I'd rather listen to them any day because,
Yeah.
honey, you know, I don't have to worry about the commercials and it's your smack.
Got that right.
You know, I don't have to worry about them commercials or them other radio stations.
Mm.
well, you know, we
It's
do
entertaining.
that.
Okay.
We could do
We
that.
don't want any commercials.
Hey,
We
you-
don't want any
hey,
commercials.
hey,
We don't want
We
any
can do that.
commercials.
We
If
No,
can
we don't have to do
if
that.
we
No
could create a
commercials.
commercial and say, or did you have a rough night?
Oh God,
Um,
that is true. Now
we could create our own commercial.
So, hey, you
we
know,
that's
at
something we have
least
to do
one
at
thing I can
school.
say is, you know, you be jamming, the music be on and popping, and I didn't watch. Let me tell you something. I didn't watch Bobby's cooking show, and let me tell you something. Bobby will have you eating all day. Watching her cooking show, she will have you making snacks and will have you eating all day. Like you'll be looking in your kitchen like, oh, I wonder what Bobby could do with this.
I
I
think
wonder what she can make with this. And you see, you have to be careful because how you eating, you know. And I'm not trying to pick that weight back up that I done lost, but watching that cooking show and the snacks, you know, homemade potato chips. Like, I mean, come on now, who don't want homemade potato chips?
it's
Who
better
don't
than
want
what comes in
homemade
the
potato
bag.
chips?
You know, it's better. It's better than what comes in the bag. Do your own. Do your own.
Oh, y'all got to watch it. And
Do
then
your
she has
own.
this garbage popcorn. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all got to watch this cooking show. Bobby be doing. Put that cornbread down, Bree.
With the corn.
Coach, look, my package is coming today from
Oh my
Coach with the
gosh.
cornbread and the
With
cake
the corn.
pops and
Nice.
ooh,
Oh my goodness. We were on her website last night after the show, like, what did she have going on
I
here?
know.
Oh,
yes. Like
oh,
I said, it's a good thing that I work out 4 to 5 days a week.
Yes.
Because I'm probably gonna have to double that.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
back to bacon, and yeah,
That was some serious stuff on there now. That is
it really
serious.
was. Hey,
That was
Misha.
serious.
Hey, lady.
Hey.
Wilma said, I'm looking up the strawberry daiquiri.
Mhm.
We're going to all be on here with cake shots.
Oh my gosh.
We were talking about that last night. I said strawberry
what?
daiquiri.
Like what?
And I was like, in strawberry daiquiri and what?
I'm like, in
That's what I
cake,
was
like
saying.
a cake shot.
Yeah.
Yes. And their cake shot, and I like it because it's small enough where you don't feel guilty about eating.
See, that's
Mhm.
exactly right.
They're small enough where you can have, you have one today, have one
Mhm.
tomorrow,
That's
and
right.
you don't feel bad. Now if you eat the whole 24 and you ate the whole cake,
Right.
now,
That's true.
nobody has to know that you ate them all in one day. Just throw them out one day at a time.
That's
So it
right.
looks
Throw
like
them out.
you
Throw
ate
them out.
one day,
Yep.
Just one. Just one. I only ate one package. Just one package.
Or just took one bite.
package. Right. Only took one
Anthony
bite.
That key lime tequila.
Oh, key
That
lime.
sounds good.
Not,
Key lime. That's right up your
Yeah,
alley,
key lime
isn't
is
it?
down my alley.
Okay.
Anything key lime or salted caramel is down my alley.
Oh, and
That's
you would probably like the one she has with I think she calls it Reese butter or something like that.
Oh yeah.
boy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We got love. So I think that's what's gonna happen. Probably what's gonna bring out the alter ego show.
We'll be right there for that one too.
Well, we'll be there for that too, because
yeah, we're gonna have all the alter egos on there. We're gonna have LD shots and
LD shot,
LD
Basil.
upstairs.
basil. We need basil.
We gotta
Basil
have
will be there.
basil. We're gonna have to
Basil.
have vampire. We're gonna try and get
Hazel.
Hazel. The madam, Rapunzel.
The madam,
We're
yes.
gonna have to have everybody on there. Doing cake shots. We're gonna have everybody on there doing cake shots.
That sounds like a plan.
We'll be right
Sounds
there.
like a plan.
Oh, Misha said we got to try Dr. Stoner's tequila infused with herbs.
Ooh.
Interesting. Huh.
This sounds
Wow.
like one hell of a good time.
It does.
Sounds like a party.
Right, we got snacks. We got
Snacks.
the drinks covered.
Oh.
Now we just need to figure out a date and a location, okay? Just wherever we go, we need our passports, okay? Because
That's true. We need to make sure.
We can't have all of them in the States.
No.
We got to take them overseas.
It's gonna have to be in a whole.
Niagara Falls, Canada.
Yeah, we got to take them out of the
Yep.
Jamaica, Bahamas, on a cruise somewhere. We can't have all of them together in the States.
Niagara Falls, Canada.
That sounds like law enforcement might be involved with all of them.
Mhm.
They just might be.
Might
Yes, they might be called. They might. Be. Woo, that sounds like trouble. Good.
Trouble. Oh my goodness. Yes, that sounds like a good time with them. Ooh, so yes, make sure you guys are checking out the CCI radio on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and 9 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Yes.
Because I've been getting up in the morning like, is it 10? Is it 9? Okay, that's Eastern. Okay, I have to remember. Like
That's
so
it.
now I just set my alarm so it just sends my notifications. But it's 9 o'clock Central Standard Time and 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Saturday mornings.
Yes.
So start your mornings with some good music, some good stories, some good laughter. It is a good time. Make sure you guys are checking out Bobby and her cooking show Fridays.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys, and even with the publishing company, like, oh my goodness, you guys do so much. Help so many people. Like when I tell y'all, I'm gonna get myself together.
Yes.
Get myself together because I did submit my book.
Yes,
I
she
did.
did. Yes, she did.
And I just got to get it together and finish.
That's right.
I just got to finish digitizing it.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm going to have some time this week, okay? I'm going some time this week.
It is all good. It is
But
all
I
good.
am so excited, the fact that you guys do, just on your radio show, you guys even do so much to support and to promote everybody and to share the love that you guys have and to bring viewers to and awareness to people who wouldn't know about certain shows. That is so appreciated. And I just had to have you guys on here because you guys are my favorite couple.
Oh, thank you, Trey. Thank you.
Make me blush.
And as you can see, we are sporting. Speaking of this lovely lady talking about us doing so much, look at the wonderful gear. I don't know if anybody can see. Well, first, let me show you my side here so you can see my little clack and shimmy symbol on the side.
Yes, I'm about to do the same thing.
Oh, yes, you can do it in a minute. And then
she said it's our moment right now.
In a minute. But let me get in the camera here. Yeah. Yeah.
That's real cool.
Now, of course,
that's real cool.
That's real cool. You see,
so cool.
That's real cool.
You see,
I don't mean it like that. You know what I'm saying?
We're saving the best for last. How about that?
I wouldn't say that. But, they're both great. But me being a Steeler fan, I'm going to try to see if I can get this in the shot here.
Get it in the shot.
You can see the emblem, shirt,
the Cubbages. Don't forget the clack and shimmy.
What you can see here.
Yeah,
it says Pittsburgh Cubbages.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, when this came in the mail, no library, my mouth just dropped. And here's the thing: when this package came, of course, I'm working from home, so I'm on a phone call, had my headset on, and then Bobby just shows me this package, and I'm like, she's like, "Hey, I gotta show you something. Something just came for you." And I was like, "Sir, can you hold on for just one moment?" Literally, and then she showed me this. I was like,
I said, "There's something for you in this package, sir."
Yeah.
So I handed it to him upside down so he could see.
Man, I forgot I had this guy on hold for 5 minutes. I mean, I'm sitting there staring at the shirt. I mean, it was fine. We weren't doing, but he was still talking about. I was already done with him. He just, he put me on hold and I put him on hold. So I was just like, okay. We just really appreciate you. We appreciate your love and your support because, Clack and Shimmy is doing great things, and that's why we're glad that you're part of our networking crew and our family. And I'm gonna wear my shirt to the preschool and the community center this week. So when I take a picture of myself, I don't want anybody talking stuff on me like she already had that on Saturday. We get some.
Well, you guys got to make sure you guys send me a picture of you guys in your shirts.
Definitely.
So I can have it. Feel free to put the reviews on the page if you want to, but I want to make sure that because you did win the contest that we had on the show, and I wanted to make sure that it was something that was tailored to you, and I wanted to make sure that it fit your personality. And what better than primary colors and bright colors for a preschool teacher?
Yes.
And what better than a Steelers fan? Okay.
Yes.
That's perfect.
Yes.
That was just perfect. It made my mouth drop. I'm saying. If it made my mouth drop to somebody else.
I was trying to get the phone together.
And it was so funny because I had called Bobby and I told her, I said, okay, listen, I got something special for Sam.
Yes.
I said, I'm working on this project for Sam.
Yes.
I said, I don't want him to know that he got anything coming in the mail. I don't want him to know nothing at all. I said, don't even tell him he has something coming. I said, but I guarantee that it's going to be a surprise.
Yes.
And it's going to have something to do with his favorite thing.
Yes.
And he said, okay, I'm not going to tell him. I said, and by the way, I have something for you and I'm not going to tell you either. So the only thing Bobby knew was that something was coming.
Something was coming. That's all I knew.
Had no clue of what it was. Just
Well, that was quite a surprise. After I just got something from my mom a few weeks ago, then turn around and get this one. Like, oh my, wow, this is just.
You can't go wrong with Steelers for this one. You cannot go wrong.
That's why I said the perfect thing was Pittsburgh Cubbages. Because I said you live in Pittsburgh, you rock Pittsburgh.
That's it. That's it.
I said, okay, we're going to include everything about Sam in this shirt.
That is so true.
You did. You did. And all I have to say is this: whenever it's sometime, I'll find some pictures of me all decked out with all my Steelers stuff. I will send you a picture. You won't believe it. Seriously.
Terrible towel.
Terrible towels.
Terrible towel.
I got a stuffed bear that's a Steeler bear. I mean, yeah, it's just, yeah. It's crazy.
When I say I understand, I had an aunt that was a Green Bay Packers fan.
Oh boy!
And you didn't go in a certain room in her house because the entire room, and she lived in Wisconsin. But when I say the entire room, like the walls were the colors of Green Bay. Then she had, I'm talking, she had everything from the sheets, the comforter, she had a throw blanket, she had the chair cover, the dog had a jersey, had a leash.
Oh my God.
She had the mug, she had the cup, she had the shoes, the house shoes, the rug. I mean, the entire room looked like Green Bay threw up in this room. And you did not go in that room and disturb not one thing.
I bet not.
Because she would know you've been in that room. You didn't sit in that chair. No, nothing.
That's right.
Was where she watched the football games. Her and her alone will watch her football games in this one room. And you did not go in there and disturb it. So when I say I completely understand, being a diehard fan, I completely understand. I get it. Because I am a Chicago fan. I'm not a fan of all the Chicago teams. However, my dogs do have a Bears jersey and they do have a White Sox jersey. Okay. So we haven't gotten the Chicago Fire one yet.
Oh,
probably not going to get the Bulls or the Cubs, but
not going to get the Bulls or the Cubs.
We're not going to get the Bulls or the Cubs. Now we'll probably rock some Lakers around here because I have a Lakers girl. We won't be rocking the Chicago Bulls.
The Bulls were are the Bulls losing now? Let
me tell you something. The Bulls haven't been great since they won their championship. Michael Jordan, okay?
Michael Jordan, okay. I about to say, because that's probably like the last time I paid attention.
Me too. Okay, that was like what, 94? 93?
Wow. Like it's been a minute.
When the dream team left, I left too.
Well, we don't have a basketball team here either. The closest one to us is Cleveland, so you know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, people will root for them, but I mean, you tend to not really root for teams in Cleveland based off of, you're from Pittsburgh. Why would you really? It's Ohio. Why would you?
Cleveland.
Yeah,
it's Cleveland.
It's Cleveland. Yeah, even she knows that. So it's just like
It's Cleveland.
It's Cleveland.
And it's so funny because I actually found in my purse collection a Steelers purse that I have that I'm going to send to you, Bobby. When you go out, you will have you a Steelers purse.
See, I am the Steelers. I am the Steelers jinx, so I would only carry it after the game and then until Wednesday of that week.
So, Sam, should I just wait till the season's over to send you?
Actually, Bree, the way the season's going right now, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm just telling you like it is. It doesn't matter. I mean, we're spoiled fans here. This team is it's and we might end up losing tomorrow too. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise anybody here. And we're playing Green Bay, so it doesn't matter. So
I'll be neutral. Okay, I'll be neutral. I'll be neutral. I'm just like, hey, okay, touchdown, woo-hoo. All right, touchdown, woo-hoo. I'll just be neutral.
I'll just be watching a movie.
Yeah.
I'll just be watching a movie.
So. Yeah.
We say you don't even sit in the same room and watch.
No,
we don't.
No.
Nope.
He's in charge of the Steeler stuff. I'll get the snacks together.
I'm gonna say you're gonna be making snacks.
I'll get some snacks. There you go. Done. That's it. The homemade chips. And there you go.
Yep.
I know that's right. We say do what you are good at. Okay.
That's right.
And watching the Steelers, ain't it?
Love it.
No, ma'am.
For me,
no, ma'am.
Anything Pittsburgh, Pitt Panther football. except for Pirates baseball. They're not good either.
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, they're not.
They're meh. They're kind of like meh.
Nah, they lost 100. They lost 100 games again, so that doesn't really.
Oh, they're beyond meh. They're kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, yeah, they've been rebuilding for 5 years.
Not 5 years.
I didn't know it was 5 years.
Oh,
yeah.
Because
That's what in this town we rock Steelers and Penguins. Those are the two teams that people are most high about. If the Penguins lose, people are salty. If the Steelers lose, people are salty. If they get knocked out the playoffs, either one of the two teams, people will sulk. They'll be like, "Nah, I gotta wait another year before the season to start."
Yeah,
it's so drab. Just the whole city just be drab.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's not a happy time if the Steelers or Pens lose. The day, like if it's a Sunday and the Steelers lose and you go to work on Monday.
Oh yeah. Your work friends will talk about it next. So you see that Steelers game? I don't want to talk about that.
They don't want to talk about it.
Hard boundaries. That's one of them hard boundaries. You be like, that's a hard boundary. That is non-negotiable.
Yes.
We do not talk about those losses.
Talk about the wins.
Talk about the wins. That's right.
Which is only one. So yeah.
Silly.
That's okay. We can relive it over and over again.
Yep. That's it.
We can relive it over and over again. It's all about it.
Just the wins.
Hey, it doesn't matter if it was 1 or 2. It was a win. Yep. We can relive those.
Yep.
Don't talk about those losses. We don't talk
about the losses. We don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. People get kind of huffy about it. Like, oh, okay.
Oh, I get it. I know that hard football fans, so I completely get it. You know, I don't talk about the losses when it comes to the Bears. We don't talk about those.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
Did you see that? Nope.
Don't
do that. Don't do that.
I'd be like, when's the next game? Like next game is when? Okay.
Right. Like we don't rehash. We don't do replays.
Just leave it alone. Leave it alone.
We don't need to do that. Not at all. So I got another question for you.
Yes.
So what is your favorite type of music?
Ooh.
Why don't you start that one?
You start that. You like all the music. You like all the music. He likes all the music.
Favorite music? Actually, I would say classic R&B. Okay. Classic R&B slow jams.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like for me, probably 80s R&B love songs.
Yeah.
Okay. I can like that. Okay.
Not against the 90s, but I kind of like the 80s a little bit
more
better.
Okay.
I'm stuck in the 80s too. I'm stuck in the 80s myself.
Okay.
Like the whole.
If you had to pick your favorite song of all times across all genres, what would your favorite song of all time be across all genres of music?
He's looking at me. Oh,
I wasn't expecting that one, huh?
Wasn't expecting that one.
Because that's not what I thought she was going to ask. I was ready for, but I was like, that's not what she's asking.
I'm gonna say "My Girl" by the Temptations.
Okay.
The Temptations, yes.
Okay.
So that's you.
Yes.
Man.
Mr. Sam C. Smooth. DJ Smooth. Come on.
I like so many people. This is gonna shock you. I have 2 of my all-time favorite artists, but I'm going to shock you.
What?
Well, no, but I'm going to pick one.
Okay.
One of the 2 I like. I'm going to say "Adore" by Prince.
Ooh. Yes. Because I do love Prince.
Okay.
I love Prince.
Oh, that is a good choice. Both of those are good.
Very good choice. Very good choice. I like that choice. I like that choice.
I do. I like those choices. Okay. Oh, okay. So now I've got another music question for you. So if you had to pick, if you could only listen to 3 genres of music for the rest of your life, what would they be?
Is this individually or is this together?
Up to you. You can either do individually or collectively.
I'm doing
Up to
individually.
you.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh,
You go, dear.
let's see. 3. 80s,
Okay.
Definitely 80s.
smooth jazz,
Okay.
gospel.
Okay. All right.
I would. I think I would take smooth jazz out. I would
Okay.
keep the 80s in the gospel, but put R&B
Okay.
in its place.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, right? Pretty close.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what made you pick those three genres?
Well, since I used to work at a smooth jazz station, I kind of started liking smooth jazz. So that's
Exactly.
number one.
It's
Um,
relaxing.
yeah.
Yes.
80s, as many 80s videos as I sit here and Bobby and I sit and watch. It doesn't matter what, whether it's pop 80s or R&B 80s or whatever 80s. I mean, just, we both love the 80s.
That's true.
And
Love the
gospel,
80s.
I like, the greats like she does, like
Yeah.
Fred Hammond and
Mm.
um,
Sure.
Cece Winans.
Gotta love
Mm.
CC.
So,
BB, of course.
BB, yeah.
The whole family. The whole
Mhm.
family of
Yeah,
mine.
good old Shirley Caesar, honey.
Shirley
Gotta get
Caesar.
Wrong with some good old
Shirley.
Shirley
Yep.
Caesar now.
That's right. That's exactly right. And of course,
Okay.
you got to get Mahalia in there
Yeah,
now.
that's
Got to
true.
go all the way back.
Mahalia Jackson. Definitely got to have some of that in there.
That's,
I definitely, even some of Aretha's gospel music.
that's right.
Like, it
That's
was
Oh, yeah.
exactly
good.
right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Those
Hmm.
are good. I'll probably pick those because, like, I listen to all types of music. I listen
Yes.
to everything from Corn all the
Yes.
way to Najee,
Yes.
Kiki. I like all genres of music. I
Hmm.
think for me, because music to me is so important.
Yes.
I have like each genre to me has a different meaning. You get your
Yes.
inspiration from gospel. You know,
Hmm.
That's
smooth
exactly.
jazz, you get your relaxing feeling. I listen to the binaural sounds when I'm meditating, and even with the hey Danetta, hey Kimberly, different
Hey, Mr. Netta.
I know Miss
Hey,
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 beautiful
ladies.
lady.
it's definitely the different genres have served their different purposes,
Yeah.
and so with so now I know we have the smooth sounds, Mr. Sam C. Smooth.
Yes.
So like,
Yes.
are there any other genre dedications of shows that we have are coming up, or
Oh,
y'all
Well,
always revamping stuff,
it's true.
y'all always
It's
no.
coming up with something hot, because we already got
Yeah.
Bobby's gospel show, you
That's
know,
the one. Always coming up with something.
you
Well,
know.
Bob, honestly, the shows are going to stay, but I will say that since Love Notes and Gospel Excellence are done once a month, uh, um, Gospel Excellence coming up probably within the next couple weeks. I'm going to sit and think about what I may want to have on her playlist. But as far as Love Notes next
Ooh.
month, haven't don't really know that yet. But I'm already planning ahead for Christmas.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
kind of thinking like, people tend to like our Christmas shows. So I'm going to try to see what I can throw in as far as a playlist for both shows, especially Gospel Excellence. So
Oh, okay. Are we doing anything special on Miss Bobby's cooking show for Halloween, ma'am?
Hmm. Well, we just might come up with a little something interesting, maybe a little something spooky.
Ooh,
Something
okay.
special and spooky. We'll have to see.
Yes. Because y'all always coming up with something hot. So, there's always something hot popping off over there.
Oh, gotta try to do something, girl. Gotta try to do something. Keep folks interested, hopefully. Hopefully.
I know, right? Because I'm trying to figure out, I figured out what I'm going to do the week of Halloween.
Ooh, very
You'll
nice.
see something completely different. I will
Ooh,
say that.
I'm excited.
So yeah,
I'm excited.
I wanted to do something different. It's our first Halloween, so just trying to figure out like what exactly we want to do. So already
Yes.
have the show title and the
Ooh.
costumes and
Ooh.
things like that. So, you might see a few 6 feet lashes on my
Ooh.
face, some
Those
windshield
lashes.
wipers. You might see the windshield
The
wipers.
wish- those lashes this week.
Honey,
Oh
cool.
my goodness. Woo.
honey, and now that people
Those
put them on their
lashes.
cars now, so you know what to expect when people get out their car. When you see their car with eyelashes on,
That's
you
woo.
already know.
Hmm.
You already know what to expect. If the car's sitting out there like this, when
Like
they get out the car, that's all you see is the windshield wipers.
and I wasn't kidding when I said I had no eyelashes. Like I have no
That's
lashes.
okay. We're gonna get you
They're
some
sad.
magnetic ones. We're gonna get you
They
some
were sad.
magnetic ones. So you can walk around the house like, hey Sam, hey Sam.
His lashes are way longer than mine. The men just get them naturally. I don't know how.
Like they
Not
get the naturally arched eyebrows, they get the pretty
yes.
eyelashes, like just
I
They,
apologize for that.
that's all right. That's okay. Poor dear. Poor dear.
it's okay. We know you didn't mean to do it on purpose.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We forgive you
We forgive you.
from the depths
This
of
one,
our hearts.
this one time. This one time.
Just this once, though.
Just
Just
this once.
Hey,
okay,
one
just
time's
this
good. One time's good
time
enough.
and one time only. Okay,
One time's good
time
enough. I'll
only.
take it.
one time for the fun time.
That's it.
One time.
One time.
I'll take it.
One time.
I know that's right. When
Oh
I
my
tell you guys,
goodness.
I have just
It's too much.
had such an amazing time, and being with you guys is always fun.
Oh, it's fun for
Oh,
us
it
I had
is.
too.
an amazing time on your show being interviewed.
Yes.
Even just interviewing you guys has been an amazing time, and just being able to spend time with you guys on a Saturday.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for
I had
having us.
Yeah.
it would not have been complete. My networking week would not have been complete without my special edition of Meet the Cubbages, okay? No, man.
We feel special because you made it a special edition. So,
Of course. Come
you
on
know,
now. Y'all special.
And I'm gonna have to get the get the clack down. But you're gonna have to teach me now when we come to Chicago.
You can't get the fan. As long as you get the shimmy first.
I got the shimmy, I got the got the shimmy.
We can work on the clack. You just gotta make sure you get the shimmy.
I think I need a better fan. I think it's the fan.
We working on love. Hopefully we can get, because now I have to go overseas for my vendors.
Yes.
Which I was not planning to do. Because I tried to keep the vendors here in the States, and try to work with some companies that were here in the States and things like that, but they're not as receptive. They don't respond as much. So now I have to go, like everybody else, when they get their products, and go overseas, China and get the products. Unfortunately,
Yes.
they don't mind taking your money.
Yes. That's right.
They don't mind working with you, okay?
Yes. Yes.
Which is sad that a lot of companies here in the States are not. They're not. It's that me
Yes.
mentality. Me. And unfortunately, when you meet people are not so quick to share, trade secrets, or they're not, because they're so afraid that you're going to take their plate or take from whatever it is that they're doing. It's like, well, I don't want to do what you're doing. I'm just asking.
I'm doing something different.
What vendor I can use? Like, I'm not. We don't even have the same audience. Like,
right, exactly.
Like, it's cool, but that's the business that we're in.
That's so
true. That we're in, But guess what? And when it's time, it'll be time. I've learned to be patient. What's for me is for me and no one else. And when it's time, God says move.
That's right.
And I make moves according to He tells me to move. So
that's right. That's exactly
right. The only thing I can do. So when He tells me to move, and we find the right vendor, because one thing I do is, even with my shirts and my product, I stand behind my product. And one thing I will not do is rush to put something out that is not of quality and something that I would not utilize or wear myself.
Yes.
So, and
Yes.
that's so important, when you do things like this to make sure that, you put out something that you would want to wear or something that you would want to use. So, but they will be coming. We're working on it.
That's it. I know
Working
it.
on it, you
I
guys.
know it.
And we have made it to a month. Clap.
Yes.
Made it.
Right.
Matter of fact, no, we said this is our second month.
Oh,
See,
woo!
congratulations are definitely in order. Yep.
Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
just, I was like, wait, is that my notes too? Like, oh my God, I cannot
Yes.
believe it. We are going
Oh my
into
gosh.
our third month. Like, I'm so
Yeah.
excited about it. Like, I'm so excited about it. Like,
Yeah.
Time flies, doesn't it?
it really does. Like,
Yes,
I
it
didn't even
goes
think about
fast.
it. About the fact that we are literally going into like our third month. Like, I'm almost at this is our 27th episode.
Oh my gosh.
Like, yes,
Well,
like
yeah.
I'm so excited. Like, I cannot believe that this is our 27th episode. I'm so
Oh my
excited.
gosh.
Like, you guys,
Yeah.
man, when I
Yeah.
tell you the supporters of Black and Shimmy are freaking awesome. Like, I love y'all so much. Y'all just don't understand.
Well, we're
Oh
so
my
proud of you.
gosh. We are so
Thank
proud of
you.
you, Bree.
When
We
I
love
started,
you.
I didn't realize like how much, when you start off, you're like, oh, we do a podcast, we can do a show. And then you realize like the work
Yes.
that goes into
It
it.
goes into it.
It's
That's
not
right.
just you prop a camera and be like, okay, we're gonna talk about today. Like, no.
That does not work.
It doesn't, like the work that goes on behind the scenes. And
Yes.
and I've learned a lot in doing
Hmm.
this show and in starting my business. I've learned a lot. And just it's been easy to learn because I've had such good supporters and such good encouragement. You guys have been some serious encouragers from day one and
Thank
making
you.
me believe in myself when it started to falter. I can't thank you enough for that. Um,
Oh,
Words can't even express how much I appreciate that. Because there was days I was like, you know what? All right, it was a good thought. Like, yeah, we're not gonna do that. Like, this is a good thought, but I don't think I'm gonna do this.
you got this.
There
No,
was
you
so
got
many
this.
days, like even before the very first episode, that it was just like, you know what, I just can't. This is too much. It
Hmm.
was a good thought, good, it was a good thought behind it, good
Yes.
intentions, and I don't know about that.
I don't
And
know.
because of the encouragement of you guys, encouragement from Zelma, it was like, okay, you got this. You
You
can do
got
this.
this.
Don't worry
Mhm.
about it. Let's rock and roll. Let's get this
Let's do this.
episode down. We got this.
Yes.
And so I
Yes.
sincerely appreciate you guys for that push. And sometimes you don't realize the impact that you have on other people's lives just by the kind words, and sometimes just a smile on your faces can encourage other people to keep going. And when I talk about, doing the one random act of kindness, and I talk about, how to treat people and moving forward, that's one thing that I see in you guys, the love and the support that you guys give, and you guys allow that light and that love that's inside of both of you all to
Aw,
spill upon all of us that are in your networking group, your networking
thank
family.
you.
And
Thank
because it
you.
fills us up, we're able to let our light and our love spill out on other people and to continue to share that with the world. And
Thank
so I
you.
thank you for keeping that trend. I thank you for just you guys being you.
Oh
Aw,
no, Bree, thank you.
thank you,
Thank you
Bree.
for all that you do.
Yes,
We
we
can't
love you.
say
You're
thank you
just
enough. Yeah.
amazing. And you have just an amazing spirit and an amazing light yourself. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
you just have to share it. So
Yeah.
you do you, and we are going to keep promoting and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. We are push that out there because this is what people need to see.
But I thank you guys. And as always, I ask that everybody watching does one random act of kindness, because you never know, it could change somebody's path or the trajectory that they're on.
Amen.
And we did find out later that it was a black man. The state trooper was a black man, and he was, I believe, like 30s, in his 30s,
Mm.
that had died on the expressway yesterday. And
Mhm.
you know It's sad,
Yeah.
because none of us know what his mindset were. We don't know what the reasoning, what the cause was.
Hmm.
But the fact that another life is gone and can't be returned or replaced, you never know if a smile could have changed his thought process, or simply somebody reaching out to say, "Hey, how are you today? You know,
Yes.
how are you feeling? You know, is there anything you need? Check on your friends, check on
Absolutely.
your family members, because we are still in the midst of a pandemic. This pandemic is not over. It's far from over. We are literally just riding the next wave in at this point.
That's
We
right.
don't know whether or not country will be shut down again. States are sort of semi shutting down again now.
Mm-hmm.
So check on your family, check on your friends, especially those who don't live in the same state as you. Just a simple phone
Hmm.
call, a simple text message to say, "Hey, you are on my mind." One thing I've
Yes.
learned is when a person's phone number comes across my mind, I call,
Yes.
because you never know what the reasoning is that that person's name or that person's number has come across your mind.
That's right.
Hmm.
That's
So when
absolutely
it happens, follow through. Make that phone call, send that text message. Just check in on them, because you never know. It may be something they're going through, and your call can change their life
that's right.
or change a decision that they make in that moment. So
Hmm.
Yes.
make sure
Yes.
that you guys continue to allow that light and that love that's inside of each and every one of you to spill out and spill upon somebody else, that it may fill them up and fill up their cup, that it may spill upon somebody else, and we can just keep this positivity and this love going. And
Yeah.
whatever it is that you guys are doing this weekend, please make sure you guys are going out and spreading light, love, and positivity. And in case nobody told you guys today, you are loved, you are beautiful. You are important. And I love you. And there's absolutely nothing that any of you all can do about it, because I love my shimmers.
Yeah. Yes.
And I thank you guys for tuning in with us today for our special edition of Meet the
Yes.
Cubbages. Ew. I thank you for showing them the love that they give to others. I thank you guys so much for stopping on through and hanging out with us today. And
Yeah.
I will be seeing you guys Monday
Monday.
at
Yes.
6
Monday.
p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See, I done worked it out. I done figured it
You
out. I done figured it out.
that gives me enough time to get home, so I'm not late. That gives me time.
And it gives me enough time too. So
Yes.
I'm like, yay, it works all the way around. I'm like, hey, I should have did this in the beginning. What? What was I thinking? 5 o'clock? What? No.
Like 5 o'clock, that means 6 o'clock here. I get off at 6.
And then I had to realize, I'm like, wait a minute. 5 o'clock is rush hour everywhere.
Rush.
I was like, no, I think we're gonna go ahead and go to 6 o'clock. That way we can all be relaxed. Everybody can grab them a glass.
That's
You
right.
know, we
That's
can all
right.
come in, kick your shoes off, and we can relax.
That's right. That's
So next week we will be back to our Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We will be back to our regular scheduled program.
yes.
So I will see you guys on Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you guys later.
Yes.